Hi YouTubers, this is Amazon Queen again. Thought I'd get on here and do my second video now that my little boys are asleep. Um, why I chose weight loss surgery. Um, I did not choose it lightly. It's not like I woke up one day and decided, well, I don't want to diet, I don't want to exercise to try to get this weight off, I'm just going to go have surgery. Not the case at all. Um, I have been active my entire life. I was a tomboy growing up. I'd rather be outside playing with the boys, swinging from trees, falling out of trees, playing in the mud, riding bikes. My first bicycle was actually a BMX racer. Um, I was always active. I was never girly. Didn't play with Barbies. The one Barbie I owned, I destroyed. Um, the only thing girly about me was that I loved stuffed animals, one of my little vices back when I was younger. I didn't have a problem with my weight at all. I started swimming competitively in second grade and did that all the way up through high school. I was actually quite good. On my regular swim team back in Washington State, I was one of the fastest swimmers in some of the events. Backstroke was my Achilles heel. I was a breaststroker, IMer, and long distance freestyler. The mile was one of my specialties, but breaststroke was one of my main strong points. I went to state all 4 years of high school. However, when I swam in my senior year at the state championships, after I finished my last race, I got out of the pool and I never competed again. Unfortunately, due to financial issues with my parents and such, I did not swim in college. And I kind of regret that looking back on it. However, after I stopped swimming so much, I did work out. I worked at the pools after graduating high school. And we had free access to the gym, and we were required to swim at least 500 meters every day. And I was able to pretty much maintain my weight pretty good after high school. I didn't start having problems until maybe 2 or 3 years out. A little bit before that, my sophomore year of high school, I was having horrible periods. Sorry guys if there's any guys watching this, but for you ladies, especially you ones that have had atrocious periods since you were young, you can understand my pain. I finally went to my pediatrician in the adolescent clinic that I was seen at, and we tried birth control pills, we tried the patch, trying to regulate my cycles and to get them not to be so crippling. They didn't work. So my doctor recommended Depo-Provera shots. For those of you that don't know what Depo is, Depo-Provera is an injection that you get every 3 months. You get it in your hip, and it hurts like hell. And what it does is it goes into your system and goes down into your ovaries, and what it does is it shuts your ovaries down. And by doing so, you don't ovulate, which prevents pregnancy, so that's how it works as a form of birth control. However, it also, by shutting down your ovaries, shuts down a lot of your hormone production. Your ovaries do more than just kick eggs out. They're also a big part of your endocrine system, you women. And by doing that, I didn't get any periods. Now, normally you're on Depo-Provera, you get one shot for 3 months, you come back in, you get another shot for 3 months. Then after those 3 months are up, so you've done 6 months on the shot, you go off of it for 3 months to kind of kick your cycle back in. I did not do that. I actually continued to get injections every three months on the dot. Until I was about 24 years old. So 6, 7, almost 8 years I was on Depo straight. The downfall of that, well, the good thing about that was I saved a lot of money on feminine products because I had no period. None. Didn't bleed, didn't spot, nothing. Didn't have any of the symptoms of my periods, nada. The downside to that, and one of the biggest reasons why I am heavy the way I am, is that I developed polycystic ovarian syndrome. For those of you that don't know what that is, my ovaries are shut down, yes, but they do develop cysts, big ones, and they are very, very painful. You also produce a little bit more testosterone, which can cause facial hair. It causes discoloration of the skin. But one of the biggest things besides infertility that it does is that it makes you insulin resistant. My pancreas works beautifully. It kicks out insulin just like it's supposed to. However, because my ovaries don't work, my body isn't able to use the insulin as it should. So I've got all this insulin running around my system, and my body can't use it, and therefore my body packs the pounds on. And no matter how much exercise I did, no matter how much I cut down my food, I've done Metabolife, I've done Ally, I've done Atkins, I've done South Beach, I've done all kinds of crazy workout videos. I've gone to exercise programs, I've done kickboxing, I've done beach volleyball, I've done soccer. I even started to swim again a little bit. And the best I was able to do at one time was on the South Beach diet, phase 1, extremely strict, while working at Federal Express and working my butt off, literally. I was able to lose 32 pounds. However, I gained those 32 pounds back with a vengeance. And it really, really sucked. Another big problem that led to me getting as heavy as I am was my eating habits. That plays a very, very big part in it. I was born with GERD, gastric esophageal reflux disease. What that means is that my stomach, at least in my case, my stomach produces way, 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 way too much acid. And therefore I regurgitate a lot of the food I have, or I have it going up and down, up and down, up and down in my esophagus, to the point where I've actually had it happen enough where I've actually bled. I've thrown up and bled because the inside of my throat is so raw. I've had that all of my life. My younger brother actually has full-blown Crohn's disease, and he has his own demons to deal with his disease, as do I with my GERD. That is one reason why I'm looking at the sleeve surgery, even though my first thought was to get the lap band. However, with my reflux disease, I am ineligible as a patient for that particular procedure. My particular surgeon doesn't like doing the sleeve on people with severe GERD if they have hernias. So I've actually already gone in and had a barium series done that showed that everything was normal other than the fact that I had reflux. I take medication for it. I take Nexium, which is very, very expensive, even with insurance. I also take Maalox. I actually have big bottles of Maalox around the house. I keep Tums in my purse, in my car at all times, due to that. So because of that, I didn't really eat breakfast a whole lot when I was a kid, because I just got very, very ill for some reason if I eat within an hour or two of me waking up. I've always been that way. When I went to daycare, I was a daycare kid from about 6 weeks old until I was about 9 years old. I had 3 square meals a day and snack. However, when I stopped going to daycare, my mother, who was responsible for doing all the grocery shopping since my father was deployed 9 times out of 10, didn't really provide a whole lot of breakfast items. I could cook a little bit when I was that young, but there was, no cereal really. When I started going to school, I would actually have to remind my parents that I needed money for lunches. By the time I got to junior high, my parents stopped giving me money altogether. So I would literally go without eating until I got home after swim practice. And swim practice ended at about 6:30. So I've been kind of doomed about my eating pattern since I was a little kid. And that has definitely helped contribute to my weight problems. My primitive part of my brain doesn't realize that, that whole feast or famine. So my body just packs on the pounds because it thinks that it doesn't know when its next meal is going to come, even though even today I don't have a problem with where my next meal is coming from. So the polycystic ovarian syndrome is one of the major factors of me getting this weight loss surgery. I have tried for years. My husband, bless his heart, since 2001 has bent over backwards and watched me try and fail and fail and fail and fail. Another big factor in my decision to have weight loss surgery was in 2007. I was involved in 2 separate motor vehicle accidents. They were about 4 months apart. From the first one, I was almost completely healed. I was back to about 75–80% to normal when I got into my second accident. The second accident ended up totaling my vehicle, and funny enough, neither one were my fault. And I not only destroyed all of the healing that I had done from my first accident, but I had damaged even more of my soft tissues in my back and in my right shoulder, that now I am permanently disabled. I walk sometimes with a cane, sometimes it's very difficult for me to even get up from a sitting position or even a laying position. I had to give up my nursing school due to this. I was in school for nursing. I had been accepted to a major 4-year university to get my RN, and I had to give that up because of the auto accidents. I am hoping that that will be able to change, but for right now, my back is so messed up right now that if I don't do something about this weight, I will end up in a wheelchair in the next 5 years. I will be unable to walk, probably permanently. I'm in the process right now of going to see some specialists here in Dallas, because I was treated in Washington State, where I lived, for my injuries there. I'm hoping that maybe I will be able to get some injections into my spine that will help with the pain and discomfort after I have my surgery, to help get me kind of moving again. Almost out of time here for this one video, but those are some of my major reasons why I am thinking of this surgery. My next video that I will make, I will maybe go into a little bit more depth about what my goals are during this 3-month pre-op period, and what my goals are after surgery and for the future. And a few of you have made wish lists about, like the top 10 things that you want to be able to do again, or do that you haven't been able to do. For me, most of them are going to be things that I was able to do at one time but can't now. So I will put together that list, and the next time you see me, I will be telling you about those. So good night, and I will see you later.